Hello and welcome to This One Thing, a weekly devotion brought to you from First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale, where we look at scripture that comes from our Revised Common Lectionary. My name is Chandler Gelb and I am the youth director here at First Pres. Part of my job is obviously spent time building relationships with students, helping answer questions, point them towards Jesus, and planning experiences in small groups for them. Part of my job is also helping them not do dumb things. And with that comes an interesting set of rules that have been created here at the harbor for our students. Rules like do not blow an air horn inside the harbor when there are people around. Or things like, hey, we don't allow cell phones at small group. They need to be put away. Or if you are the canoe on Peace River carrying all of the food, you are the canoe that does not get tipped over. Now, these rules might seem obvious to us, but for middle schoolers and high schoolers, not so obvious. And so we had to explain, hey, this is a rule, this is a boundary that we are setting, not to take away the fun, not to take away the joy, but to be able to create a structure where everyone is safe and knows what's expected of them. Because when we know what's expected of us, we can actually work towards it, and it creates safety for us. Here in our scripture today, we're in Exodus 20, verses 1 through 17. And we have been given a structure here. We are looking at the 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments that God gave us in order to help provide a life that has structure and meaning. Not to take away the joy of living, not to be burdensome, but to be able to give us a path to walk down in order to live lives that are meaningful and purposeful. To be able to seek God in every single thing that we do. It helps us be able to know how to create a routine. And routines are really important. When I used to teach third grade, almost entirely the first month, so much of it was creating a routine for students. Knowing that when we opened up the doors, they knew exactly where to sit. They knew what to have out on their desk, what the morning meeting would be like, what subject was coming first. And this routine created safety for these students. They knew exactly what was coming and they knew how to behave. This routine created a space for them to be able to feel safe. That is part of what those 10 Commandments are. It's a framework that allows us to feel safe. It allows us to be able to grow with God, to be able to live a life that gives us meaning and joy and excitement and allows us to feel safe. Because without routine or structure, things would start to become really, really chaotic really quickly. Here at the harbor, we play a lot of dodgeball and kickball. And I absolutely could not imagine trying to play either of those games without rules. It would be chaos. I can't even imagine how we would decide who got out or who was in, who scored. Kids would be throwing balls everywhere, running all over the place. It wouldn't be fun for anybody to participate in. It's the rules that actually make the game fun. It gives us something to work towards. Everyone knows what their role is. We need the rules in order to enjoy the game, and we need rules in order to enjoy life. Not to be able to take away the joy, but to be able to experience joy. Routine creates safety. Rules create boundaries, which help us know exactly where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing. So my encouragement to you for this one thing is that if you are feeling out of sorts, if you are feeling flustered or tired or exhausted, I would challenge you to look at your routine. What's your structure? Who or what is your foundation? And if the answer doesn't come back to God, it might take some time looking at how to create a routine that does focus on Him. I would like to encourage you truly to go read the 10 Commandments. We know them, we've heard of them, we're well aware, but getting back to basics is important. And I would really encourage you to go read the 10 Commandments and start looking at what your routine looks like. I cannot believe that it is already March, but we're still at the beginning of the year. There's still an opportunity right now, today, to create a routine and a structure that works for you, that is able to glorify God's glory in your life. because that's what he wants for us. He wants us to be able to live lives that honor him. And we do that by following exactly what he's asked us to do. And we know what he's asked us to do because he said it to us here in the Bible. So for this one thing, take a look at your routine and see if you need a little bit more of it, and be able to dive into the Bible and have some rules and structure to help get you there. I hope that you have a phenomenal week, and I really hope to see you at church this Sunday at 11 a.m. Have a great week.